Alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salamullah wa barakatuh.
Please tell me your name and where you are from.
Okay. Formerly, I am Dogini Azoka John, now Abdur Razaq Azoka Dogini. I am a native of Ihuaga community in Ahoda East local government area of Rivers State.
So, what was your religious background before converting to Islam?
By religion, I was a Christian, and not just a Christian, a very senior and ordained minister of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, who was called to ministry in 2004, and I got ordained in 2008.
So, what were some of the key events or experiences that led you to explore Islam?
For me, I always tell people that the more religious you are, the more you get nearer to the truth. As a theologian who has been trained in the seminary and who has done comparative religion, especially Christian theology and doctrine, I came to question many things. But that was clarified after some years when I saw the need to get another bachelor degree from the University of Port Harcourt, precisely a BA in Religious and Cultural Studies. In my 300 level, I encountered one Professor Abdur Razaq Kilani, who then taught us a course called Islamic Doctrine and Theology. So there were some issues he raised in the course of the classroom, and it borders on consideration of the Trinity, especially in Surah to Al-Ikhlas, where it says Allah is one. But before then, the concept of the Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, which we call the triune God, three in one God concept, is what was popular and what we used in the administration of Holy Communion, administration of baptism, and even the joining of marriages. So that idea has been much in us, and when you raise the issue of God is only one, he has no associate, he has no partner, neither can he be associated with anything. That called my attention to go and review the concept of the Trinity. And when I searched, I saw that there has not been any area that has received much scholarship as that of Trinity and that of the deity of Jesus Christ. So it was an intellectual journey, not as if anybody preached to me, or not as if anybody told me anything, but there were things I came to find out myself. And so I arranged a meeting with Professor Kilani, where I shared my view. And the first day I left, and after 2-3 weeks, I called him and I said, "I'm coming to see you in your house." And he said he'll be at home. I drove down to his house, parked my car, went to his room, and I told him I want to be back to Islam. Alhamdulillah, it was a Friday. And he said, "Okay, if you're ready, we go." So I drove behind him. We got to the University of Port Harcourt Central Mosque, and I took the Shahada, I took the Gospel, and I joined the Jumat service. In the meantime, I was still living in the parsonage in Choba, because that was my last station at pastor. So I told him as I'm going, I am tendering my resignation letter and I'm leaving. And I drove down, I got to bed. Unfortunately, I didn't put any application. I just packed my things and I left.
So you mentioned that his name was Abdur Razaq.
Yeah, Professor Abdur Razaq.
Is that where you got your own Islamic name from?
Well, like I said, my name formerly was Dogini Azoka John. So I was looking for a way where I can fit in that A. By abbreviation, it used to be Dogini AJ. So there's no way. Of course, the equivalent of John is Yahya. And I never wanted to mutilate that J to anything. So they thought, okay, what do I do with this name? So the best was to throw away the John. Of course, Azuka is my indigenous name, while Dogini is my surname, which of course cannot be thrown away. So which best name will fit in? If we say Dogini Azuka, which would be like Dogini A, like an abbreviation. So if we now abbreviate Dogini A, what is the A? So what is nearest to A? Abdur Razaq. And this is a man that, of course, showed me the way and exposed me to the light. So I had to adopt him without his permission. Anyway, I didn't tell him that, Prof, I'm going to take you after, I'm going to be named after you.
Mashallah. So how has the experience been so far?
Well, for experience, I don't know how to put it, but like every other person conventionally would say, it is not easy. But for me, I would say it is easy because I was the one who took the decision. I was not coerced. I was not agreed to anything. I woke up and I said, this is what I want. But then it cost me a lot. At the meantime, cost me losing my career as at that time because in the meantime, I was living and I was being taken care of by the church and we were going very close to the top. Okay, I won't say we were at the top, but we were moving very close to the top. After I left, I idled away. They were not seeing me for close to 6 months. And I got a call one day from the headquarters, Lagos, Pastor D. Odo called and said, your conference president reported that he has not seen you on duty. Did you travel? We've not received any application from you, leave of absence. Where are you? I said, sir, I am just in Kayama. He said, what are you doing there? I said, I'm just relaxing. I said, what happened to your duty and all of that? I said, I'm not going back to work. Say, have you resigned? I said, no. But I'm not going back. That is the truth. I am now a Muslim. And he said on phone, God forbid. But in the end, after some time, I received a text message that I should return the official card that I was given to. So I called Professor Kilani's attention. I said, I said, of all things that they should be concerned about is for you to return their card. It's okay. You go and give them. In the meantime, I argued because they had deducted some money from the car. It was a car given on mortgage. So they were collecting some from my salary and allowance. So I argued and I said, okay, let's find out how much I've paid so far from this car. And then let us know the balance. So they said, okay, I should come down to the headquarters in Aba where that communication will be done. But rather than doing that, when I got there, it was a discussion to cajole me to come back. So I said, no, I came, let us calculate this. Okay, go, we will work it out and send the bill. So I left, and after some time, they said I've paid so amount. Initially, they said I should come and collect the car, which also I consulted. I went, they gave me the car, and later again, they came back and they said the computation was wrong. At that point, I just said, come and collect it. So I gave them. And of course, I left Port Harcourt, River State entirely that year and migrated.
What year was that?
That was 2016, precisely.
Mashallah.
I reverted to Islam at the end of 2014. I was in Port Harcourt 2015 because of some immediate problem, which, if you permit, I would like to share with you.
No problem.
Okay. In the meantime, when I reverted to Islam, I was in my final year at the University of Port Harcourt. And it was one of the things the reversion cost me because it became a problem between me and supervisor. Not that I reverted to Islam, but for some reason, other students told him that I have got so associated with Professor Kilani at that time, and that they suspect that I'm a Muslim. He didn't say it, and so I'm not going to say that was the reason why he did all he did. But he started showing me some behavior, which we are not held. One of it was each time I go to see him, first we started with the topic. He said my project topic was too broad, whose title then was Religion and Human Capital Development in the 21st Century. He said the topic was too broad, that I should go and narrow it. So I narrowed the scope from 2010 to 2014, just 4 years. I went and showed him. He said, no, you cannot work on it. So I suggested to him, sir, could you please take your hand, narrow it to any way you want to narrow it. Or better say, assign me a fresh topic. So I work on. He said I should go and bring a proposal. And when I didn't know as much as I know now, perhaps I wouldn't have said what I said. So I said, sir, please, if all I know about proposal, it's not at the undergraduate level, it's for postgraduate. So why are you requiring a proposal from me? So he took offense and said, okay, I wanted to teach him what he knows or whatever. So somehow I went and told Professor Kilani, see what this man is doing. And Professor Kilani looked at the topic and said, oh, this is not a bad topic. It's okay. It's workable, especially at the undergraduate level. There's nothing wrong. So Professor Gilani then obliged me to go and write my chapter 1. I wrote, I gave it to Professor Gilani, the one and chapter 2, and I gave it to Professor Gilani, and then he looked at it and said, okay, he made some amendments. I went and gave it to this, my supervisor. He just opened it. I said, I have told you this topic is too broad. He just dropped it and he did it. So I went back again to Professor Gilani to tell him that, look, I'm not with that. So he now spoke with him. So the next time I went, he said, oh, you went and reported me to Professor Gilani. I said, sir, I didn't report it to you. I was only just telling him as a father and as a mentor. He said, what brought you and Kilani as a father and as a mentor? I said, well, so I told him the story. I still left the file for months. He was not looking at it. It became an issue and time was going. My mates finished, they defended, and they left. We were still in chapter 1. And it became so with other issues coming up because of my national. And I saw that the entire state, the entire university, and everything around me there was not healthy for my mind and for what I was so. I told Professor Kulani that I'm leaving this setup. He found it difficult to believe it. He said, where are you going to? I said, I will just go. The earth is big and it's vast, and Allah have taken to anywhere. And that was how I left the vast state. Came to the in 2016. And I've been here since 2016. But to make the story complete, so we don't just end at negative, I came to be 2016, I stayed 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's how many years? That's 6 years. 4 years, sorry. Okay. 2021, I went and bought a jam form and applied to the University of Benin for the same course. For the same course now. And I passed the jam, I passed the aptitude test, I got admitted, and I studied again that course. And inshallah, I just graduated in January this year.
Inshallah.
And I'm glad that that thing happened, that what happened in University of Otago, because I don't know what of impact that program would have been to me if I had completed it, because my long essay topic there was religion and human capital development in the 21st century. I don't know what benefit that would have been to the academic community, especially to Roma. I don't know. But here at University of Benin, my undergraduate work, a long essay, which of course anybody who is interested, I've said to come and collect some copy or print out and have it gone, was on the advent and growth of Islam among the people of the state, my own people. And I'm the first Muslim to do a work about the advent and development of my people. So that is a landmark and something nobody has ever done before. It's a virgin work. And when the external examiner looked at the work, he said, this is the most original work in the history of this department since it became an external examiner. The Department of Religions University of the country.